Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, can you hear my voice also seeing me on your screen clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So how's life?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm fine too, thank you. Actually, we have an unusual greeting. So when I ask to you all how's life, you should answer by shaking your hands and say it like this. Greet, awesome, hoo-ha. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's repeat once more. How's life? Great.
Great.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Okay, pretty good. Well, is there any student who will get absent for today?
No one, ma'am.
Okay, pretty good. I just want to remind you that you should have fill your attendance list available on Google Classroom before joining this virtual meeting. Have you filled it, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Well, let's start our lesson today by praying together. I want to choose Nuri. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
Okay, please lead all of us to pray.
Okay. Attention, please. Let's pray together. Finish.
Okay, thank you. Next, let me show you about the rules of this meeting. Nah. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so firstly, of course, you should to check your name tag. I mean the personal name that you use to join this virtual meeting. And then fill your attendance list on Google Classroom as I said before. Then please mute your microphone while listening to the teacher explanation. Then unmute it if you want to talk or want to ask something to your teacher. And then make sure that you are able and ready for the meeting. So you should to have prepare your stationery behind on you to take some note. Okay, get ready. And then, yeah, I hope you will enjoy the class. Okay, guys, is it clear so far? Hello? Is it clear so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now, yeah, in this meeting, we will learn together about narrative. But before that, to run our class, I want to invite you all to practice ukulele dance with me. So I want to play the video. Then please do what I'm sorry. Do what I do and say what I say. So let's practice it together, okay? So guys, are you ready?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. You're perfect. Give a applause for yourself. Now you can stay on cam, then mute your microphone to keep conducively. Then, yeah, in this continuous slide, I will explain to you all about the learning objective of this material. Now, can you see it clearly?
Yes, ma'am. It's clearly.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the learning objective of this material. As the final result of this meeting. So in the end of the lesson, I want you to be able to identify, also defining, then differentiate the kinds of narrative facts, the purpose, the definition, also the social function of narrative facts. So guys, is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Then this is the table of this contents. So the first point we will explain together about definition of narrative facts, social function, also the purpose. And the second point is about the generic structure and language feature. And the third is about the kind of narrative facts with the example. And the last point is about quiz and reflection. So guys, is it clear enough?
Yeah. Enough, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now let's be going to the first point. That's about definition and social function. Nah, guys, before that, I want you to share one word based on your mind while you hear about narrative. One word based on your mind while you hear about narrative. So you can use your chat box to give your answer about that. Please give me one word based on your mind about narrative, according to you. 3, 2, 1. I read it. Hello? Have you got your answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me see it. Where's your answer?
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat what you said to us? Because I still don't understand.
Oh, yeah. So I ask you to type one word based on your mind while you hear or think about narrative. So what is narrative text about according to you? Please type it, describe it by one word, and you can type it on the chat box. Is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Nina, how about you? Okay, please type it. Please type it on your chat box. Okay. I'm waiting for you guys. Okay, good. Nuri said that narrative text is about story. Okay, good, Nuri. Thank you. How about Nina? Why are you just smiling, Nina? Okay, Nina. Maybe you have difficulties to understand. Okay, good. Yeah, Nina said that narrative is about legend. Okay, pretty good, guys. You did great. Now, yeah, this is the keynote of the narrative. So what is the real definition of narrative text actually? Let's we know together. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, what is narrative? So actually, narrative is a piece of writing that tells a story. The story, it can be imaginary, I mean fiction, or it can be based on a real situation or non-fiction. And a narrative always deals with some problems which real to the climax, then turn into the problem solved of the problem. Or certainly, we know that is a narrative is a text that tells about something that is fictitious and only in the form of essays of the writer. So guys, is it clear enough? Okay, good. Now, let's continue to the next part. That's about the social function of narrative text. So what is the social function of this text? First is to tell stories or participants and entertain the reader, of course. And second, to amuse and to deal it with an actual or vicarious experience in different way. Okay, now I will continue to the next slide. That's about the purpose. Now, the use of narrative text itself has several purposes, such as entertaining, educating, telling, and conveying the author's experience as a medium to develop the imagination of the reader or, the listener. Okay, so guys, the main point is to entertaining, educating, telling, and conveying to the reader or to the listener. Okay? Now let's continue to the next point. That's about the generic structure and language feature. The first is about the generic structure of narrative text. Okay. There are three parts of narrative text. First is about orientation, and the second one is about complication, and the last is about resolution. So what is orientation? Orientation is a part that sets the scene. That means that where and when the story happened and introduces the participants of the story. The participants are the figure of the story. So orientation usually is contains of the background of the story, like that. Now, who and what is involved in the story? And then what about complication? So in this part, in complication, it tells the beginning of the problem which lead to the crisis or climax of the main participant or the main figure. Now, in the middle of the story, usually the figure is have some problem, and it can be climax, like that. In the last part is about resolution. Now, in this part, the problem or the crisis is resolved either in a happy ending or it can be a sad or tragic ending. Now, it consists of a moral revelation, advice, or teaching from the writer to the listener or the reader, like that. So the generic structure of narrative text is orientation, complication, and orientation. Okay. Now let's continue to the next slide. That's about language feature. Now, in narrative text, it usually use the past or past forms. Usually use simple past tense, like that, and some elements like I will show you. Now, like that. Usually use noun phrase for the example, a little mouse deer, a big crocodile, and usually use of connective. I mean the word that the main part of 2 or more words. Now, for the example, first, before, that, then, and finally. And then usually use the verbal phrase of time and place, like 2 days ago in the garden. And then, use material possessions, action verbs, such as walk, run, jump, like that. And then saying verb, for example, say, tell, ask, explain, announce. And then uses mental processes. And you can read it by yourself. Nah, there are thinking verb, then feeling verb, also verbs of sense, like that. So guys, is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now we continue to the next point, that's about the kinds of narrative text. Nuri. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. That's about the kinds of narrative text. Actually, there's so many kinds of narrative text, but because of the limitation of this time, I just want to explain you the 3 kinds of narrative text. So the first is folklore, and the second one is fable, and the third is legend. So firstly, it's about folklore. So what is folklore? Now, folklore is refers to tales people tell, or it is from mouth to mouth, and usually it's just a fiction from the circle of people. Nah, and the second one is about fable. So fable is the story about animal habituation, and then it can be play like a human in daily life, like that. And the last is about legend. So what is legend? Now, legend mean a tale about a saint. So of course, it tells about the beginning of the beginning of something, like the story behind of the place, or maybe the story behind of people, like that. Nah, so let's see the example. Nah, the example of the folklore is bawang merah and bawang putih, and then timun mas, and then Jakartaru and tujuh bidadari, then Nyi Roro Kidul. Okay, and this is the example of the fable. There are kancil and crocodile, and this is the example of legend. So this is the legend of Bang Klinting, and then the legend of Tangkuban Perahu, like that. Nah, okay. If you're interested to read an Indonesian folklore, legend, or fable, you can go or visit to the website http://indonesianfolklore.blogspot.com. Okay, guys. Now let's be going to the next activity. So now I will share to you all the story from Bali. That's the title, Ilutung and Ikakul. But before that, I want to ask you all, is there any question that you want to ask about this material? Hello?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
No.
Nina, how about you? Okay, good. Now let's see together the story of Ilutung and Ikakul. Wait for a minute. I will prepare it. Wait for a minute, guys. Okay. Enjoy the video, guys. The story of Ilutung and Ikakul. Once upon a time, in the forest near Bali, there was a monkey namely Ilutung and the turtles namely Ikakul. One day, Ilutung was sitting on a tree. Then he was surprised to hear the sound of the continually great Ikakul. How long this situation will last? If it's happened 2 or 3 days, I do not get food. Ilutung answered, Kakul, don't you sadness. I'll help you get your food. The last one I was at the Gokaki bottom that is located across the river. At the time, I saw there was a lot of banana tree. Let's go there. But Ilutung, how do I there? The place is so far, wild rivers and difficult to cross. You stupid Kakul. You is clever to swim. We go in there together. You carry me across the river. I will stand on your back. I got into the banana tree. You dwell in the bottom. If possible, banana tree, you are the one and I had you. After they do, then they crossed the river. He looked very happy and sipped the claw backs as if he was sailing. Next, they had at the Gakaki Ponorogo. They arrived. There are many banana trees and many ripe fruit. Ikaku happy and Ilutung also happy. Soon, Ilutung picking kaki parodong cottage. Now, kaki parodong not at home. They were so happy. Ilutung also jumped into the banana tree. Only 3 jumps, Ilutung was perched on a tree banana. Soon he grabbed a banana that has been there in front of him. So on, in a short time, 3 bananas he ate. Then to 5, to 7, then 10, and so on. Ikaku waiting below. Therefore, already many banana skins were stored nearby. He had not yet received one. He was really disappointed, and suddenly, Kakiporno has come to the cabin. Then he was very angry and spurred Ilutung many times until that. From a distance, Ikaku saw it, and he was silent as a statue. Okay, guys. Yeah, this is a story about Ilutung and Ikakura. Now, yeah, how about the story according to you? Is it interesting, maybe? Nuri, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What story according to you? What about your opinion about the story? Is it interesting for you?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Your voice is low. Can you?
Okay. I asked you about the story of Ilutung and Ikakura that you have been watched. Is it interest to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. How about Nina? Is it interesting to you, Nina? Okay, good. Now let's continue to the next activity. Now we will going to play some games. So this is some number that have a question related to the video that we have watched. Now, firstly, let's we see together what the question. Now, who is he?
Ketua.
Okay, good, Ina. Yeah, good. Okay, let's continue to the next question. Number 2. What is season in the story?
Rainy.
Rainy?
Rainy season.
Okay, good, Ina. Okay, now Now I will give it to Nuri. Nah, it's a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
What the picture that shows resolution of the story?
Okay, what, ma'am?
Okay.
D.
G. Are you serious?
Resolution.
Yes, resolution is the last part.
Oh, no. Oh. E. I.
Okay, let's see. Nah, H and I. Okay, good.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so forward.
No, no problem. You did a great job. Let's continue to the next question. Now, which picture that show orientation of the story?
A.
What, Nina?
A.
Okay, let's see. Good. Okay, let's continue to the next slide. Which picture that shows complication of the story? More than one picture. Complication.
C, ma'am.
Okay,
No.
Good. B, C,
Oh.
E to the key.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Now, let's continue to the next slide. Are the actions of, we can narrate. Now, what the fruit of Ikakwa and Ilutung wants to?
Banana.
Okay, let's see. Nah, you did a great job. Yeah. Okay, the last question. Who is he?
Hey, kaki perodong.
Let's see. Okay, good. He's Kaki Padang. Okay, good. You did a great job, guys. Now, let's continue to the next part. That's about the resolution. I mean the reflection of the learning. Now, in this lesson, in this meeting, we have learned about narrative text. So firstly, we learned about definition and social function. Now, the definition is narrative is a text that can be fiction or non-fiction that aims to entertain and educate the readers. Okay, and Nuri, I need you to read the second part that's about the generic structure.
On the generic structure, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Generic structure are orientation, complication, and resolution.
Okay, good. And then that's about the next part is about the language feature. Usually use simple past tense, adverbial, verbal, and noun phrase. Okay. And the last is about kind of text. Nina, can you read it for us about the last part? That's about kind of text.
Legend and fable.
Okay, good. You did a great job. Thank you. Wait for a minute. Now, I have a game, so you should choose the curtain. And behind the curtain, it have a quotation, Japanese quotation that we can learn and we can use it for our daily life. So which one you will choose? One or two? Number one or number two?
Two.
Two.
Two. Okay, how about Dina?
Two.
Two. Okay, let's see. Nah, there's the quotation from the Japanese. It's about nata, niti, tetes. Nah, can you read it for me, Nuri?
Okay, ma'am. Nata niti netes. From God we are exist. With God we are alive, and to our God we are birth.
Okay, good. Now let's say it together. Nata, niti, netes.
Nata niti netes.
Netes. Okay, good. Yeah, this is the end of the lesson. Nah, I think that's enough for today. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I'm sorry that I have some mistake while explaining the material. And don't forget to fill your assignment on Google Classroom. So you should have to make a mind mapping based on the material today, and then you have to fill the form about what the situation of the class, so it can be my feedback to the next meeting. Okay, and the next meeting we will learn about the simple past tense. Okay, now guys, is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's enough. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I'm sorry that I have some mistakes. See you on the next meeting, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
See you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
See
thank
you.
you.
wabarakatuh.